What time we got? Oh. I think we're gonna call it after this. It's been a long day. We were both destroyed. I got no sleep last night. Day's not over yet, boys. Fellow lightning enthusiasts. Today we are starting the video off bright and early, driving to the Ray Charles shop, aka the Helen Keller shop, aka the window tint shop. It's time to give this thing the Chris Sullivan package. Let's drop this thing off, get some privacy in here, get it looking murdered out outside, and yeah, go from there. Good morning. It is a few days later. We got the windows tinted on the Lightning on Tuesday. Went, of course, with the Chris Sullivan package, aka the Ray Charles package, which is 5% on sides and rear and 35% on the whole windshield. Came out absolutely stellar. Looks fantastic. It's been a few days now, especially in the summer. You're probably good after one day, so we should be able to roll the windows down now. But we're going to pivot here a little bit. I was intending to do an interior video right now because I got huge plans for the interior on this thing and I got everything I need to do it. But I was talking with my buddy Ben, who I do all my paint work with. You guys have seen him in the past. We painted the quarter panel on the Cobra, painted the yellow Z06 long before that, probably before most of you guys were here. And I got some paint work I want to do on this truck, and he's available this weekend. So even though it's going to be like 100 degrees and it's a perfect summer weekend, I think we're going to spend it in a paint booth south of Boston. Anyways, I think I haven't really done a close up walk around of the truck probably since I bought it down in Florida in April, but there are a few things I'd like to get painted. Also forgot the B-roll footage that I probably already included. Yeah, we're doing a cowl hood on this thing, Cervini cowl hood and tailgate spoiler. Those showed up the other day. They have been curing in the sun out back here because they want you to get this thing at 140 degrees for 1 hour or set it in the sun for 5 days. Well, it's been setting in the sun for 1 day, but yesterday afternoon, this thing was at 175 degrees. So I think we're good. So yeah, I'm gonna prep and paint those. And then as far as other stuff I wanna do while we're there, let's start up here, the front bumper. This thing at one point had a front plate. New Hampshire requires you to run a front plate. I never do because that's dumb, don't want to. So I'm gonna fill those front plate holes, which obviously requires you to at least re-clear the whole bumper. Got some scratches that are down to the primer or plastic on the grille surround, probably from someone installing headlights maybe, not sure. But might as well while we're there, so we're gonna do that. Driver's fender, I think this has been repainted before. Almost looks like the paint reacted, or the clear coat reacted or something, or who knows, but this was, the previous owner Joe told me about this before he even came to look at the truck, so really not too worried about it. But probably do this fender as well. I think when whoever stoved in the Bassani exhaust tips here hit whatever they hit, it also messed up this little side skirt piece, which has the exhaust cutout. It's got a chip right there and a tear right there, so we're gonna have to fix that. Repaint this. Coming around back, just because we have it, might color match this tailgate handle, which has seen better days anyways. Here's the big one. The Florida sun got right here. The truck was probably, you know, facing the rear of the truck was facing the sun. Hopefully you guys can see that, but basically the clear coat has failed right here. See that? I think this bedside has been painted before. It's gonna be impossible to show you guys, but you can see, I think, like, I don't know, there's just like some, the clear coat's not as, it's like it needed to be wet sanded or something, but I think it showed on the Carfax as well. I think back in like 07 or 08, he said some guy sideswiped the original owner and they had to replace and or repaint this bedside. Maybe they used the cheaper clear coat and that's why this failed here. So everything up here I think is good, but that is a lot of paint work. That's a lot of labor, a lot of prep, a lot of baking in the booth. When we did that quarter panel and rear bumper on the Cobra, it took late night Friday and then most of the day Saturday. So this could potentially take all weekend. So as of right now, it's in the morning, heading down later so I can meet Ben after he gets out of work. So I'm gonna do as much prep as I can to get this thing ready to roll. I made a whole list last night of everything, not only that I want to paint, but also that I'd like to do to prep to help this go as smooth as possible. We'll see, potentially remove the front bumper, gotta remove the tonneau cover brackets. Also, gonna stop at my buddy Chris's to get an alignment done on this thing since all the front end work we got done, and maybe top off the AC since when I charged it a couple videos ago, I ran out before it was completely full. But it's enough talk for right now. Let's get to work prepping and then head south. Spent a couple hours this morning doing some prep work, getting the truck ready to go to the paint booth. Took off the exhaust fascia that was cracked, and then in order to paint this bedside, also removed the Cervini piece that connects to the roll pan in the rear that kind of covers up what would be the step in this bed. And then also had to remove the fascia at the front of the bed right behind the cab, which was a huge pain. It took like 30 minutes. There's like 8 bolts that attach it. For some reason, Ford used like 3-inch bolts that were seized on there to the point that the nut that was on the other side was spinning and grinding into the fiberglass bedside. Most of them ended up breaking. Some of them got so hot but with hand tools that they were smoking. So it fought me a little bit, but we got it done. Got that off, soaked the front bumper bolts, which as far as I can tell, there's not that many to remove, just the cover and PB Blaster. Hopefully with any luck, those will come off pretty easy. Same thing with the grill surround. I think that's just some clips. I think that's pretty much it. Packed up all my tools, water, some stuff to probably spend the night at Ben's since it's gonna be a late one. And now we are headed over to my buddy Chris's, same guy that mounted these wheels and tires, to hopefully get this thing in alignment and maybe even top off the AC. I charged it a few weeks ago. It's blowing cold right now, which is good. This thing was just showing 95 degrees. It's dropped a couple degrees. We might be getting some weather here, but it is hot. So let's go there, hopefully get that done, then head south down to south of Boston and see what Ben's up to, see what we got to do to get some stuff painted up here. Not bad for an eyeball alignment. It's an inch of standing water on the road, 20-degree drop in temperature. Wow. Onward. You gonna be shy today?
Nope, not today.
Not today. All right, guys, we are down at Beyond Land once again. Made it down here. It's what, like 9 o'clock at night. Got a late start tonight. Got some dinner and caught up with Ben a little bit, but we've got the hood and spoiler kind of laid out. So I showed earlier we had to let it cure per Cervini instructions at like 140 degrees, but Ben has actually done one of these hoods before. It's for my buddy Adam, who we worked on his truck earlier this year, trying to rebuild it after he was involved in an accident. But Ben has painted one of these before. He knows exactly what is involved to get it laser straight. So take it away, Ben. What's the plan here?
We plan on blocking it all out. Gonna hit it with some 220. Flatten everything out because you can see all the imperfections in there and the gel coat. You can see how it swells through everywhere.
So this is a gel coat finish, right?
Correct.
And then you want to basically sand that down, apply primer, and then we can, that gives the paint something to stick to, right?
Right. So it also gives it some adhesion, one, and two, gives it a level finish.
Gotcha.
The primer's going to get all the smaller imperfections that we can't block out of the gel coat.
So the goal is to get it as flat as possible so that once it's painted, it looks perfect. So I think we're gonna try and divide and conquer here. Ben's gonna start out, blocking the hood so we can hopefully get this stuff in primer tonight so that it dries overnight so that we can focus on painting tomorrow and not have to worry about the primer being dry. So while Ben's doing that, I'm gonna be over in the other room, probably pulling the bumper off the truck, probably starting the repair on the plate holes and the exhaust piece that's damaged, and we'll go from there. But let's get to work. Yeah, it's over there somewhere. Hold on. Well guys, it is 3:47 a.m. Ben and I are beat up, man. This stuff just always takes longer than it should. Ben is priming the top side of the hood right now, and we just ran into a major issue. Went to go prime the rear bedside, and it looks like, I knew this bedside had been painted once before, but looks like they did some sort of blend or something. You can see they didn't scuff the paint here. This is like the original paint, they just cleared right over it, and therefore it is not sticking to the panel. So if we paint over this, probably gonna run into the same thing again. So seeing as how it's 4 a.m., we really were trying to get everything in primer tonight so we'd be ready to bodywork, you know, or do a final sand and then paint tomorrow. But I don't know if that's happening now. We gotta figure out what to do about this bedside, but I think we're gonna call it after this. It's been a long day. Win some, you lose some. I think we're losing today, but got a lot done, so catch you guys in the morning. Let me see your phone. What time we got? Oh. Turn back, show me what you got. Oh yeah, good stuff.
All the way from New Hampshire.
Shoo. What do you say, kid? Well, it has been almost 12 hours since we last checked in. It is the next day, and Ben and I have been working hard on blocking, sanding, prepping, repairing, taping, cleaning. What am I missing? That's it. We were both destroyed. I got no sleep last night. Went to bed at 5 and the birds started chirping at 5:30. I think Ben might have got an hour or so. And we're right back at it, but I think everything is just about in primer. Check this exhaust thing out. This thing was mangled. Looks like nothing ever happened now. So what happened with the bedside is we just sanded it back until the clear was no longer peeling or flaking right about in this area here, and then hit it with 500, 800 I think, and then mask it off, prime it, we'll block it, send it. So we're losing steam, but we're gonna try and keep pushing forward. We're gonna get everything in the booth, or most of the parts in the booth, paint those, then we'll block the truck, get that in the booth later, get that painted, and hopefully wrap this up. Keep you guys posted, but a lot of work here. Ben, what time is it? It's like 7:15. He's so defeated, I don't know. 7:27, not staying up till 5 a.m. again. So, got a lot done. Ben is the man, works hard every single day. But hopefully tomorrow morning we will, block the fender and the bedside and get those into paint. And spoiler, let's not forget that. Then we're done.
That's right.
All right, end of day 2 for crying out loud. Morning, Ben.
Howdy.
Working at a body shop in Quincy. Gotta have your Dunkies coffee. Or Mary Lou's, I guess, over there. Guys, it is next morning. Left this stuff in here to dry overnight. Everything came out awesome. Ben and I were struggling a little bit with the humidity and the heat in here yesterday. It was like 95 degrees at one point, super humid. So we couldn't use the fast clear that Ben usually likes to use. So the hood came out awesome. Ben has hours into blocking and sanding and priming and blocking this hood. So super flat, looks incredible. But the clear did end up with a little bit of orange peel, but nothing that a quick wet sand and buff I can't take care of, once I get back home. Everything else looks really, really nice. Plan this morning is to, block the truck and then get all this stuff outside so it can even cure a little bit more in the sun. Gonna be another hot one, I think. So,
Let's get going.
block the truck,
Yeah.
and then get it in here and hopefully wrap this up. Let's get to work. Oh, it's the never-ending paint project. Little late afternoon, early evening update here on what is now day 3. The exhaust splitter, or side skirt, and the spoiler have been based and are ready for clear coat. Ben is unfortunately resanding the hood. Hopefully you guys could see that in the B-roll footage, but not only was there a lot of orange peel, but there was like some streaks in the middle of like white, almost like bubbles, or something happened with the clear. It was 95 degrees and really humid in the paint booth yesterday. So, and Ben was using a clear that he didn't really like. So something happened. I tried wet sanding and buffing it out to see if it would, I could fix that at home. Didn't go away. So we're gonna quickly hit it with some 800 grit on the DA. Then when we're painting these, just redo it real quick. So all that's left is quickly redo the hood and then these two pieces. The truck is in the booth now. We did the bedside and the passenger side front fender. They both came out perfect. They're really nice. It's baking right now. So once that's done baking, get the truck out, put the bumper and grill back on temporarily because I'd like to clean behind them maybe when I get home. But just to get me home and hopefully wrap this project up. So it's been a long couple days, but hopefully I'm starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel here. So let's keep our heads down, keep working here, and we'll get through this home stretch. We are finally done. It is 10 o'clock on Sunday night. Ben put in some serious work this weekend. I mean, we both did, but truck looks awesome. We got some final touch-ups and adjustment and stuff to do, but I'm gonna do that at home. I got an hour drive and I'm exhausted. So huge shout out to Ben down here in Quincy, always getting my stuff looking right. But I'll catch you guys later. Well, it is 10:38 p.m. on Sunday, and I'm finally on the way home. Ben and I started this project. We went out and got some dinner first. We started at 9 or 9:30 on Friday night. You guys have been with us the whole time. It's been a huge project. I apologize about the lighting right now, but I'm on my way home. The truck is like 75% assembled. They got the front bumper on there, the grill surround on there, just so they wouldn't get damaged. Sometimes if you're transporting freshly painted parts, you're more likely to damage them in transport than if they're just where they're supposed to be on the vehicle. So I got the bumper on there, the grill surround, and the spoiler. The exhaust piece is right next to me. I quickly threw the spoiler on. It looks awesome. I didn't really film all of that, but it was pretty quick install. We'll go over it tomorrow, but I'm absolutely beat. I'm, quite frankly, no offense, Lightning, I'm sick of being near this truck. I'm sick of working on this truck. I'm mentally and physically exhausted. I'm gonna get home and shower and probably collapse in bed, but we'll go over everything in more detail in the daylight, either tomorrow or whenever I feel like working on this thing again. But overall, it went really well. The truck is gonna look so sick. The vision is finally coming together and I'm pumped about it. So catch you guys when it's not so dark. Day's not over yet, boys. Well, it's the next afternoon. It is about 100 degrees in the driveway here, so I don't think I'm gonna be working on the lighting right now, but just wanted to give you guys an update on the truck in the daylight. So apparently the pollen is back. Not really sure why or how, but the hood is covered in pollen. But as I mentioned, guys, we had to basically repaint this thing. It came out much better this time. No streaking. It's going to be impossible to tell on camera, especially with the pollen, but there is like almost like a fine mist in the clear coat, but should buff right out, which is fine because I'm going to buff and probably partially wet sand this entire truck at some point. The fender looks good, but does have some orange peel in it. It was like 95 degrees in the paint booth you guys saw. We normally don't paint when it's that hot, but this was the only weekend Ben had available, so there's that. Extremely humid, and we were using a clear coat that Ben was not really familiar with. Two different types actually. He's now going to go back to the clear that he's more comfortable with, but that's just what we had. It's a high quality German clear coat, but the painter's not used to it. You know, you might not get the results you want, but the clear is nice and thick. The hood is totally flat due to the hours and hours that Ben spent blocking it. So with a little bit of buffing, maybe some light wet sanding, this thing is going to be glass, but holy crap, this look. Oh, love that hood. Again, everything is just kind of bolted on because you guys know me. There's no way I could put this all back together permanently with the, you know, behind the grill looking like that. Just wanted to get it home. Bedside, same thing. Looks super nice. Could use a wet sand in some areas. Difficult to show you on camera right now. Spoiler, looks incredible. Love it. The whole profile of the truck is now changed. Bed, we got the factory hood all strapped down, the factory bed cap over there. Inside looks like a bomb went off. Basically used this to store parts all weekend. Got to get my tools out of here, clean up. Here's the gas cap, gas door rather. Painted that as well, so that'll match. Here's this thing, exhaust skirt. And I'm not going to be putting this back on right now because I think these pipes are pushed back, which is what originally broke this thing. This thing was mangled. And I was really happy to be able to save this because these things are like $800 on eBay. So we got it looking like nothing ever happened. Super happy about that. Also, I think I showed in the B-roll, the front bumper is an original Ford one. Always like to see that. And these upper and lower grills, I think on the 01 to 04 trucks, these things are stupid money. No broken tabs, no broken clips. There it is, original Ford part number right there. I'm going to be refinishing these. Thought we might get to it, but obviously, guys, we ran out of time. But I'm going to be refinishing these and then reinstalling them on the truck. The front one is right there. Also, if you guys are doing a project like this, you guys see this all the time on my channel, get some little baggies. Label all of your parts. I can assure you, you think you know where everything goes taking it apart, but you don't. Look, lower grill, exhaust trim, rad cover, regular grill, roll pan and side skirts, like all this stuff. If this is all in a bunched up pile, you'd never be able to find it. All these bags, all these parts that I get, any sort of bags, I put in my larger bag and save them for stuff like this. Just free bags and a Sharpie. It's really going to help your project reassembly go a lot smoother and help you stay organized. So definitely recommend that. But yeah, the major paint work is done. I apologize, I kind of didn't film as much as I wanted to towards the end there, but I was just trying to put the truck back together while Ben was in the booth, you know, doing different coats of clear. And you know, I just wanted to get out of there. I think Ben and I were, like I said last night, mentally and physically exhausted. But we got it done. When I'm done buffing this thing, this truck is basically going to be like perfect as far as the paint is concerned, which is hard to come by on a 22-year-old F-150. Still tons of work to do, but my vision for this truck is finally coming together. Always wanted one with the 20-inch wheels, the Cervini spoiler, Cervini hood, lowered down. I know it looks a little bit rough with the missing body panels right now, but that's gonna change real soon. This thing's gonna look sick. It is too hot out here for my liking. I'm sick of sweating. I did it for 3 days straight in the body shop, so I'm gonna go into the garage and work on the Mustang, but if it cools down later today or tomorrow morning, we'll get back out here, get to work reassembling some stuff, and just see what's next. think this is like the 11th coffee that I've had in this video. This one is Starbucks cold brew with the foam on the top. Delicious. My sister got this for me. Kelly, if you're watching this, thanks for the coffee. Absolutely 0% chance she's watching this. It is the next day. It is finally cooled down a little bit overcast. It's not 120 degrees in the driveway. So let's work on the Lightning. Truck has not moved since you guys saw it yesterday. Got a few things out here I'd like to reassemble. Actually, before we even start that, I'd like to clean out the bed and the cab. Bed has got the factory hood, the bedside, which I can pop back on. Got some cardboard and trash I'd like to get rid of. Inside, totally forgot to address the elephant in the room here. You'll notice half the interior is missing. That was supposed to be this video, was the interior, but you know, timing with the paint booth and Ben and everything else, you know, we decided to do the paint first, but you're gonna have to wait for the next video to see that. But we got big things coming for this interior. You won't even be able to recognize it. So looking forward to that. Gonna start filming that probably right after this. But anyways, gotta clean some of this stuff out. Also, while we're here, I can't remember if I discussed this at the beginning of the video. I don't think I did. At one point, someone put these, I don't even know who makes these. They're the smooth, like, bed set. This Lightnings obviously come with the step side bed, right? So normally the steps here are, you know, textured plastic and have little, you know, grooves in them or whatever for grip, I suppose. And these smooth ones that someone painted probably look good at one point, but they are horribly warped. See that? They just, you know, got in the sun, the Florida sun probably, and they look terrible. In my opinion. If you got some new ones and painted them and they fit right, they might look okay, but like, it's all wavy up against the body. Just, they're done. So, over here, believe it or not, Ford still makes them. You believe that? OEM Ford part. Goes right here. That's gonna look so much better than those wavy plastic things there. So I believe these actually pop right in, or maybe one screw, but there's that part number. There's that one. I think it's the same one, just with a B at the end or something like that. So we'll pop those on, get that one off, pop those on. This is the valance that goes right behind the cab on the passenger side. Took that off so we could paint it. Then this is that cover that goes right here. Basically completes the roll pan. What do you guys think about the roll pan on this truck? I know a lot of guys would prefer the factory bumper. I normally would too, but I gotta admit the roll pan look is kind of growing on me. It does look pretty sporty. If I did want to put the factory bumper back on, I'd obviously have to get the bumper itself too. But there's Lightning specific pieces that go right here that kind of complete the ground effects. And if I know Lightning prices and Lightning parts, they're probably not cheap. But regardless of price, I don't know. Kind of digging the roll pan look. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. And then the taillights that I showed you guys in the last video and forgot to install or ran out of time to install. We're gonna get rid of these Altezas, replace them with the 99 and 2000 style, and see if we like that better. And we'll hang on to those, but I think I'm gonna like the red ones, a little bit less ricey, as we used to call it back in the late 2000s. So yeah, let's get to work. Get these parts bolted up, see if we can't make this thing look a little bit more complete. Also, forgot to mention, the reason I got pulled over on Sunday night was for a running taillight out. I noticed that when I was putting it back together, but it was, you know, 10 o'clock on a Sunday night after 3 straight days of body work. So ignored it and of course got pulled over, but let's replace that while we're here. You know, just as Joe Diffie said, you got a 6 3/4 foot bed, never needs to be made. Of course, he actually said 8-foot bed that never has to be made, but you know, Joe Diffie maybe didn't know about Ford Lightnings at the time, or they weren't even around. When did that song come out? Well guys, last night I got most of the truck reassembled, obviously not the exhaust valance. I did order new badges because these ones were a little bit faded. Still not the grills, obviously, yet. I explained why we're not doing that just yet. Around this side, I am still waiting to put this last piece on right here, just because I think I described in the beginning of the video, most of the hardware was seized and broke off, so I'm waiting for new hardware. But got this panel on with new double-sided tape. Got it lined up much better than it ever was before. These bolts here, pain in the butt. You gotta reach your hand up and be a contortionist in that corner. Real pain, but yeah, got the red tails on, and oh my God, what a difference. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, but the red tails for me, I think I might throw those Altezas right in the trash. The spoiler, look at the stance now. Just lowered, the little spoiler, the red tails, this thing is looking proper. Speaking of making my bed, gotta get my bed rug back in here, and got my new tonneau covers back at the house. We'll get that on in the next video. And more importantly, maybe we can work on getting this interior back together. I have everything I need to transform this interior, just gotta do it. Check this thing out, by the way. Boeing 737, chillin'. Erkin Air. Got a seaplane over there too. Neat. But that is gonna do it for this one, guys. This was a long haul. This was a long weekend down at the body shop. This thing fought us a little bit. The weather fought us a little bit. Clear coat fought us a little bit, but we got it done. That nasty Cervini cowl hood, repainted bumper, grill surround. This fender, fixed the paint blemish that was over here. Fixed that mangled exhaust skirt. Got my Cervini spoiler painted, and this entire bedside that had some clear coat failure here and a whole bunch of orange peel and waves. Got rid of all that. Looks much, much better. We ain't done yet. Still got a ton of paint work and polishing and wet sanding to do on this thing. Got to get the rest of the truck reassembled. I've got a complete transformation coming for the front end. Even though it already looks way different with the cowl hood, I got some surprises coming up here. You guys are not going to want to miss that. Interior, I'm super excited about. I'm transforming this truck into the Lightning that I always wanted. And man, we are getting there. Cowl hood, wheels, lowering, and spoiler are half of it. Oh yeah, and tinted windows. Forgot about that. That seems like an eternity ago, even though it was only like 4 days ago. I'll catch you guys in the next one. I'm going to go cruise around a little bit. Watch out for the airplane. See you later.